MassEffect walkthrough video list. The recording captures any news and the regime's propaganda from the telly. So without further ado, let us proceed.
The managers warned us about you.
Administrator and Elias. See what happens. Let's try to behave like an utter arsehole this time. Isn't that one the Ragnar Pod Lab? So it looks like it. Saves me tons of time from editing the videos using the app with which I find myself even quite familiar. Well, it's still despite such fact, it still costs me tons of time using that app software. Editing the vids afterwards, so yeah, I'll try to do single, walkthrough video in a single recording, in a single instance of recording, as much as I can make it so. Try different outcomes. Let's see which approach rewards us the most, or brings us the maximum amount of benefits.
How can I help you?
Oops. So we must speak with the assistant before we can enter. Such a bureaucracy here. Shit.
How can I help you?
How large are the facilities here?
We have 17 research complexes built into the mountains. Each is a self-sufficient facility housing a staff of hundreds.
We have 17 research complexes built into the mountains. Each is a self-sufficient facility housing a staff of hundreds.
Tell me about the companies that work on Noveria.
Over 250 high-tech firms rent our labs. Major shareholders include Elanus Risk Control Services, Binary Helix, and Synthetic Insights Limited.
Your guards work for ERCS, don't they?
The executive board gets a discount on facility security. Elanus also develops lethal and non-lethal weapons.
Your anus. Probing your anus. Probing your anus. Probing your anus.
Binary Helix. They work in genetics?
BH is a leader in genetics and biotechnology. They try to keep a low profile in the media. Much of their research is in biotic modifications. That angers many Luddite, organic baseline, and fundamentalist groups.
Much of their research is in the biotic modifications that angers many Luddite, organic baseline, and fundamentalist fundamentalist groups. Synthetic insights.
Haven't I seen synthetic insights in the news lately?
They're one of only 4 corporations licensed by the Citadel Council to develop artificial intelligence. They attract many protests. No agitators have ever breached our security. That's why they invest heavily here.
I'd like to speak to Annaleus.
One moment, please. Mr. Annaleus?
Yes, what?
Commander Shepard is asking to see you, sir.
Right, fine, come in. You will excuse me if I don't stand up. I have no time to entertain refugees from that urban blight called Earth.
Funny thing about humans, we're pretty loyal to our homeworld.
My homeworld is clean. Poverty is non-existent. If you take some perverse pride in that overheated, acid-washed slum, that is your business. This greeting is a courtesy. I will only cooperate as required by the Executive Board. Businesses come here to avoid the second guessing of galactic law.
Businesses come here to avoid the second guessing of galactic law. Isn't lack of oversight risky? I'm on a mission. I'm looking for someone. You think I'm a threat?
And I represent the second guessing of galactic law.
Just so we understand each other, I will not allow you to harass our clients. This world is private property.
Do you do business with Saren?
Agent Saren? One of your Spectre compatriots? He's a major investor in Binary Helix Corporation, which is one of Noveria's backers.
I've heard an Asari matriarch is here. Venezia?
She arrived a few days ago, accompanied by a personal escort and some cargo. She's up at Peak 15.
What brought her out here?
If I knew, I wouldn't be at liberty to say. She came here as Agent Saren's executor. She's here on business for Binary Helix. There were issues at Peak 15 that required Saren's attention.
What did you mean by personal escort?
The phrase is self-explanatory. Bodyguards attending to the safety of her person, mainly Asari commandos.
Commandos? You didn't think that odd?
They followed all our regulations. I had no reason to forbid Lady Venezia from taking them.
What can you tell me about her cargo?
Large, heavy, and sealed. It passed weapons screening. Beyond that, it is not our concern.
Large, heavy, and sealed. It passed weapons screening. Beyond that, it is not our concern. You shitless slackers.
I'd like to see her, immediately.
I'm afraid that you cannot. Peak 15 is a private facility in the Skadi Mountains. Regardless, there is a blizzard in the area. Shuttles are grounded and surface access has been cut off.
Surface access, you say?
Cut off, I said. The roads are not suitable for travel. Don't make an issue of this, Shepard.
Forget him, Commander. If he won't help us, I'm sure someone else here will.
Back to my other questions.
Every minute of my time you waste costs the company 12 credits. I will keep a running tally.
Opold wants me to smuggle a package through security.
I need more than your word to act on that. Bring me whatever he's smuggling, and I'll act accordingly.
So you'll arrest him?
No one here is fond of trials. They make shareholders nervous. More likely, we would simply let him go. Of course, he would be blacklisted by the companies here.
Not so fast. In exchange, I want garage access.
You are shrewd to use this as leverage. If it is a serious infraction, I will give you a pass.
Should we give him that?
I'll look into it and get back to you.
I appreciate your report.
I'm leaving.
Good. I received a dozen urgent messages while you dithered about.
Save the game, increase.
I presume you are here to present me with Opold's package.
Yes, I have it with me.
I am no weapons expert, but it seems to me that this is a rather advanced device. Certainly contraband. It It would have been unfortunate if this had reached its buyer.
It's not yours yet. Make it worth my time.
That is not the response I anticipated from a Spectre. I may have underestimated you. I am willing to give you 200 credits and a pass to leave Hanshan. Not without an understanding between us, of course. You can only go to Peak 15 to speak to Lady Benezia. If you cause trouble or if the staff asks you to leave, you will be thrown off-world.
Of course. But I'll keep that mod. It's military hardware. I can't leave it in the hands of a civilian.
Of course. If there is nothing else, I would like to go back to work.
I'm leaving.
Good. I received a dozen urgent messages while you gathered about.
So that's the outcome. Got the pass. Let's go to the Anna merchant. See how he reacts to this to this act of atrocity, to this act of this act of betrayal, I should say. Does that count as...
Greetings, Spectre. Have you brought the package? Ananias has the package. He offered a better deal. The other did what? The Spectre has betrayed this one? The one called Ananias will send guards here. Does the other understand? It will be very difficult for this one to make its living here. You were breaking the law. If a real police officer had caught you, you'd be in jail for years. This one wishes the other to leave now. Show me what you're selling. Very well.
Oh, he still sells items to us. Let's try acting like a bigger arsehole. Let's expose Administrator Ananias. Nevertheless, buy some shit from this guy and freaking expensive, so we don't actually need this guy.
This one would prefer no further interaction.
This one would prefer no further interaction.
Have it your way.
Have it your way.
Do not be fooled by these civilized surroundings. This is a place of secrets and lies. The weather outside looks dreadful. Thank the goddess it's warm in here.
can I help you?
How large are the facilities here?
We have 17 research complexes built into the mountains. Each is a self-sufficient facility housing a staff of hundreds.
I've taken up enough of your time.
Not at all, Spectre. This is my job, after all.
You're the Spectre, right? Management told us not to talk to you. They say there hasn't been an accident on Peak 15, but everyone knows.
The managers warned us about you, Spectre. I can't believe the paranoids that work here. There's no accident on Peak 15.
Space travelers ask, what does it look like outside the space, a ship moving at faster than light speed? Part of the answer can be seen in a simple pane of glass. Light travels slower through glass than it does through the open air. Light also moves slower in conventional space than it does in a high-speed mass effect field. This causes refraction. Any light entering at an angle is bent and separated into a spectrum. Objects outside the ship will appear refracted. The greater the difference between the objective exterior and subjective interior speeds of light, the greater the refraction. As the subjective speed of light is raised within the field, objects outside will appear to redshift, eventually becoming visible only to radio telescope and antennae. High-energy electromagnetic sources normally hidden to the eye become visible in the high blue spectrum. As the speed of light continues to be raised, X-ray, gamma ray, and eventually cosmetic ray sources become visible. Stars will be replaced by pulsars, the accretion disks of black holes, quasars, and gamma-ray bursts. To an outside observer, a ship within a Mass Effect drive envelope appears blue-shifted. If within the field that allows travel at twice the speed of light, any radiation it emits has twice the energy as normal. If the ship is in a field of about 200 times light speed, it radiates visible light as X-rays and gamma rays, and the infrared heat from the hull is blue shifted up into the visible spectrum or higher. Ships moving at FTL are visible at great distances, though their signature will only propagate at the speed of light.
Biotics is the ability of rare individuals to manipulate dark energy and create mass effect fields through the use of electrical impulses from the brain. Intense training and surgically implanted amplifiers are necessary for a biotic to produce mass effect fields powerful enough for practical use. The relative strength of biotic abilities varies greatly among species and with each individual. There are 3 branches of biotics. Telekinesis uses mass-lowering fields to levitate or impel objects. Mass-raising kinetic fields are used to block or pin objects. Spatial distortion uses rapidly shifting mass fields to shred objects. Most organic species are capable of developing biotic abilities, though there are risks involved. Biotics are the result of an in utero exposure to element 0. This usually causes fatal cancers in the victim,
but in
rare
rare
cases, it coalesces into nodules within the fetus's developing nervous system.